All right, guys, a counter punch a boxing. Here we go. Look, I'm doing a live test. I just did a little live test on my other YouTube channel. Hang on, let me get my microphone. Where's my microphone? Hang on, guys. I'll get it together. Somebody's texting me. Let me get the microphone on. Yeah, guys, I want to have a little chat tonight about Paulie Malignaggi. Right or wrong? Southside? Pro education. Shout out, my friend. Shout out, Southside. And by the way, Southside, while I have you here, you rock, dude. You're the best. What's up, Eric? Eric, my man. Thank you very much. God bless, my friend. What's up? Yeah, so, look, guys, I'm going to let a few people hop on here. And, can y'all hear me? I have my microphone plugged in. I figured out how to go live without everything working. Working can't be for long. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll upload the video later. You can watch it later, too. Let a few of you guys hop on here. Can hear just fine. Okay. Yeah, so let me just tell you the gist of the video here. Basically, this whole thing with Paulie, right? We're hearing. You guys know, and I'm going to show you screenshots, video, all of that. We talked about my last 2 or 3 videos, these comments that Paulie Malignaggi made. Was it racist? Yes, no? I don't know. It seems to be a lot of people in the boxing world, they seem to think no. But, we'll get to it. And what I'm hearing is, well, it's not what he said in the IFL interview. By the way, that interview 4 months ago, okay? What's up, Jerry? 4 months ago, right? So why wasn't he fired 4 months ago, 3 months ago, 2 months ago, 30 days ago? Why did it happen now? Well, we know why. We know the answer to that question. It's this cancel culture. We talk about it all the time. But again, guys, what I'm hearing is, well, okay, it wasn't what he said in the IFL interview. It was what he said on Showtime, what he said on Twitter in 2016. So we're gonna go over that. What did he say again? We're about to go over it. I'm letting a few people hop on, and we'll go over it. I'll read your comments for now. Just getting warmed up here. Live chat. What did he say again? Like I said, we're going to go over it. I mean, the most recent thing was what he said, dying for some boxing. Me, brother, me too. The Showtime fight they put on, last week, I didn't watch it. I'm totally boycotting Showtime. And to be honest, I watched the highlights. Nah, whatever. You didn't miss anything. But, anyway, people are saying, well, it's not what he said in the IFL interview. It's what he said on Twitter. I'm going to show you exactly what he said on Twitter. And if you guys know, I posted it in Counterpunch Boxing. I know a few of you guys made comments on it. I didn't really find it to be that bad, to be honest. And then there was, after the Deontay Wilder fight, apparently he made a few other, I don't know, inflammatory comments. I don't know what you want to call it, but there was nothing racist. Paulie is a very outspoken guy, and, the hungry fighters are the ones from across the world, Middle Eastern. Well, yeah, he was talking about Eastern Europeans. I talked about it in my video. We're talking about, Poland. We're talking about Hungary. We're talking about the Ukraine, of course, where Lomachenko is from. He was referring to that. He was basically, the question was, how do you feel about the comments from Devin Haney, right? And he said, he's like, hey, there's a guy, Eastern European that, happens to be the pound for pound champ. And, he even brought in like Luke Campbell, whatever, but I believe he was referring to Lomachenko, but it wasn't about race. I honestly, I don't believe that. If it was, I wouldn't be, defending the guy, because I am defending him, because I don't think he did anything wrong. I think it's this cancel culture that we live in. Now you have this internet mob, just after him. Anyway, guys, it's going to be a, what do you call it, a makeshift video tonight, because I have to actually pull the comments up right here. So hang on, let me get to them. You guys bear with me, be patient. Where's Mr. Wizard tonight? He was on my other channel for a minute and then I lost him. But yeah, let's get to it. Devin Haney's like 20. It's absolutely ridiculous. I agree. You know, like I said, this cancel culture. And, you know, let me talk about what Devin Haney said, you know, about a white boy's never be. I don't care. Whatever. It's his American right, freedom of speech. You know, if you're that thin skinned, don't watch YouTube, don't watch boxing. I don't know what to tell you. You know, yeah, it was clearly directed at Lomachenko. But again, you know, I can't say, you know, hold him accountable but no one else. I mean, I think what he said was far worse than anything Paulie said. And then that's the thing. If you want to, you know, compare, you know, apples to oranges, whatever, you know, let's compare. You know, in your honest opinion, what was worse? I'll never let a white boy beat me, or what Paulie said. Now, let me take you back to the beginning. We're going to go back to 2016. Let me pull it up here. We're going to pull it up here. Bingo says wrong. Well, you know, that's your opinion. Okay, so let's go back to the tweet. Now, people are saying, you know, oh, it's not the IFL interview, it's this right here. Okay, let me let it clear up. Paulie, that's him right there, Paulie Malignaggi, okay? He says, it's not institutional racism, it's systemic corruption. Racists just use it to push their agenda, though, because liberal media gives the platform. Okay? Now, what does that mean? What he's doing here, the guy is literally defending... Let me turn that music off. It's bothering me. He's defending people that, you know, have been abused by police officers and things like that. That's what he's doing. You know, he's saying it's not institutional racism, it's systemic corruption. You know, he's saying there's a problem with the police. Okay, and he's saying, you know, that this movement, you know, this cancel culture, whatever you want to call it, you know, they just use it to push their agenda. Now, this is the comment right here, guys, that people are now saying is why he should be fired. You know, it's no longer really about the IFL interview, okay? Now, it's what he said in 2016, because this was in 2016. Larry Elder responded, you know, black cop, black PD head, black attorney general, black president. How do you complain about institutional racism if blacks run the institution? Now, this is coming from Larry Elder, a black man, okay? You know, a very famous commentator, journalist, or whatever. You know, he got the blue check mark, all that, right? You know, so what Paulie meant by that, and I've read further interviews, he said, you know, no. What I was referring to, he said, I grew up in Brooklyn, and I saw a lot of corruption with the police department. He was saying, you know, it's a problem with the system with the police. They're corrupt. It has nothing to do with race and things like that. And, you know, whether you agree or disagree, you know, it doesn't matter. It's his right to say that, number one. Number two, you know, everyone was telling me that he said there is no such thing as racism. Well, I've yet to find that comment. And I'm going to show you guys tonight. I mean, when and where did he say that? Everyone's saying that, well, Paulie said there's no such thing as racism in the country. You know, but what they're doing, they're taking this tweet and they're twisting up what he said. And they're lying, basically, you know. And again, you know, show me where he said that. Okay, we can continue. This is where he said, you guys can read that. Unlike you, I grew up in the inner city, dealt with cops firsthand as a white guy. Go listen to your puppet master, CNN. So Paulie has an issue with the liberal media, with the left-leaning media. Okay, that's the issue. He has a problem with police. He feels that the problem isn't racism. You know, and what is he referring to in 2016? Okay, there was a shooting right here. We'll get to it. This is what he's referring to. Okay, when the police, you know, shot and killed a man, right here. You know, I don't know if you guys remember in Charlotte, okay? Remember there was riots and all kinds of things back then. You know, that 2016 tweet, that's what he was referring to. He was saying, I don't believe it's racism. I believe it's just corrupt cops or rookie cops or, you know, lack of training, whatever you call it. You know, whatever you want to call it. That's what he meant by that. Okay, now those are his words, not mine. Okay, we can continue. And again, this is who he was referring to. And again, yeah, the police were wrong. I mean, they killed a man. Okay, but now with the whole, you know, Floyd thing, George Floyd thing, you know, yes, he was murdered. He was murdered by the police. There's no doubt about that. No one's denying that. I haven't heard one single person in this country that disagrees with that. But I think the reason they're coming after Paulie now is because of what's going on. Again, why not 4 months ago? Why not 3 months ago? Why not 2 months ago? Why now? So I don't know, guys. I'm breaking it down for you the best I can. You know, the best I can here. And we will get to, let me go back, the comments that he made on IFL. You know, and I'm going to give you I'm giving you the worst of what the man said. And you guys already know. Okay? Right here, you know, they're asking him about Devin Haney. Okay? Boxing had its course in history with certain demographics dominating more than others, right? Malignaggi said in the video, maybe like 100 years ago, Irish fighters were better. You guys already, you've all heard this. You know, then the Jews, the Italians came. I think the African-American fighters became the most dominant in sport in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Again, I don't see anything racist. He used the word species. Okay? We've already gone over that. I mean, you know, guys, I'm not trying to defend a guilty man here. You know, has he made some dumb comments? Yes. You know, but I don't think it was like intentional racism. And again, they're going all the way back to 2016 and you know, with this tweet. The Eastern Europeans that has become the dominant species in boxing, and Malignaggi said, I think stating something like Haney's statement could be very dangerous. Again, he's referring to Lomachenko. If you go listen to that IFL interview in its entirety, it's really taken out of context. Okay? You know, he made that statement, but if you listen to the entire interview like I have multiple times, there wasn't anything in fact, he was even defending Haney and other things. Now, let's talk about, you know, during the Deontay Wilder fight. Let me get to it, where, you know, they said after the Deontay Wilder fight, you know, he said a few things that went against Showtime, okay? And you guys know, you know, Showtime, it's Al Heyman, you know, it's PBC, Premier Boxing Champion, things like that. You know, it's a very, you know, pro-African-American platform, whatever. I support it. It's great. It's fine. No problem, right? But because, you know, he had some complaints right here. Let's see what somebody's texting me. Sorry, guys. If you can read that, let me zoom in a bit. Paulie Malignaggi gave a furious commentary at the end of the Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. Now, this is the other thing, you know, other reason they're calling him a racist, okay? Despite knocking Tyson Fury down twice, the Bronze Bomber was largely outboxed, and as a result, the draw has prompted huge controversy, okay? And he goes on to say, I'm not going to read the whole thing. Hang on, guys, let me get to it. But he goes on to say that he can't do his job, you know, and then he got into a little tiff with Deontay Wilder, you know, and so on and so on. But I'm just trying to just quickly break it down, and then we'll talk for a minute, and I'll read your comments. Right here, Malignaggi was livid. Let me flip it. Oh, shit, hang on, guys. Having some technical difficulties here. You know, but it goes on to say he was livid. You know, he says, I can't do my job. I can't be honest. I can't say what I really think. And again, people took that as him being racist, right? Okay, it says here on comment, Paulie Malignaggi was one of the most outspoken pundits to voice his anger. In the footage below, Malignaggi can be heard saying, I don't really care about any of these replays. Okay? He says, they matter nothing. The decision, just so you guys know I'm reading this, okay? The decision is a joke. Rochin better never work another day in his life. I don't know what else to tell you. We're looking at highlights of a fight that we should be breaking down, and why the result is the way it is. I can't tell you why the result is the way it is. we're looking at a certain highlight and they have to explain why the result went the way it shouldn't have. And then he goes on to say, I don't know what to tell you anymore. I can't even do my job. Okay, Malignaggi is only echoing the sentiments of many spectators. Wilder surely would have wanted to retain his title in such manner. Yes, Fury, he goes on to say, yes, Fury may have been knocked down, but Roshan's decision had led to accusations that the Brit would have had to win comprehensively to be awarded the fight in front of the U.S. crowd. Okay, so he didn't agree with the decision. He didn't agree with the judges. But again, this is what he said. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you anymore. I can't even do my job. So that's it, guys. I'm giving you the entire history because, like I said, whenever the IFL transcript came out of what he actually said about Eastern Europeans, what he said about the dominant species and things like that, I don't think it was enough to fire him. But Showtime, they're toeing the line. Showtime, they want to be a part of that woke, that woke cancel culture. I say get woke, go broke. It's kind of, and actually that was trending on Twitter for a while. Get woke, go broke. They're basically pandering to a movement. They're pandering to the left, and Paulie is the latest victim of that. I mean, but being that he is, a famous commentator, should he be a little more careful and choosy and choose his words a little better? Absolutely. Sure, he should. But why didn't Showtime pull him aside and say, hey, you made a couple comments, there's a lot going on in the world. Tone it down, Paulie. Why just fire him, and humiliate him? And you guys have to understand, he's going to be branded a racist for the rest of his life, his family, him. People aren't going to want to work with him. I mean, thank God, Sky Sports, they are willing to step up to the plate and work with him. But outside of that, he's going to have to live with this, this big stain right in the middle of his forehead for the rest of his life. And I don't agree with that, okay? But again, I think, it's these big, media corporations, this CBS Viacom, which owns Showtime, they know right now everything is getting canceled. Food, shows, I mean, everything. Like, they just canceled Kindergarten Cop. I'm like, are you serious? They literally canceled Kindergarten Cop. They're canceling Butter. They're canceling clothing. They're canceling, Paw Patrol, I mean, it's crazy. Ellen DeGeneres, like, it's like they're eating their own now. It's getting out of control, guys. And when I say something like that, people, accuse me of being a racist, which we can read the comments. I'll be more than happy to show you the comments. My video just hit, I think, 7,000 views, and I have something like 700 comments, and at least 100 of the comments are people calling me a racist. I'm like, again, these people know nothing of me, to say something like that. Honestly, it's very disturbing because I'm not a racist, but I'm not going to get on here and defend myself, whatever. I don't care, you think what you want to think, right? I know who I am, but hang on, guys. Let me get to the live chat, and I'm gonna reply to your questions and your comments. So you got to give me a minute. See, look, I'm here right now on my phone, and I'm going to reply to you guys, okay? I mean, you tell me what you think, should he have been fired? Like I said, I think, worst case scenario, they should have pulled him aside and said, hey, Paulie, just take it down a notch, bro. But again, that you have to remember that IFL interview was 4 months ago. Okay, the comment on Twitter 4 years ago, right? The Deontay Wilder fight, what was that, year and a half ago? I mean, it's crazy that they're digging all this crap up and trying to just, dogpile and use it against him. This crap up and trying to hang on. That's my live feed going. I'm gonna say hello to you guys in the chat just so I can be a part of the chat. Boom, right there. You should get that pretty soon from Counterpunch Boxing. There we go. Okay, let me go through and read these comments. There's already a ton of them. Okay, Southside, shout out. Of course, Eric, what's up? Hope you have a good night at work. Let's see. What up again? Jerry, hello. Dying for some boxing, yes. Boxing, a family thing. Everyone comes over and watches the big fights, yes. But lately, we've all been on lockdown, and and it's weird not having an audience too. By the way, Can't say it anymore. Okay, yeah, they Southside. They YouTube held your comment for review because of your choice of words. Bingo. I agree with everything Paulie said. Not even close. Haney for sure. Okay. I think you're answering the question I had when I said, if let me put it this way: if Gennady Golovkin said, "I'll never let a black man beat me," okay, what would happen? Let me pause. If Triple G said that, what would happen? I'll leave you with that. Okay, Kentucky. I live in NZ and a big boxing fan. Struggle to watch UFC, but I'm slowly switching. Me too. In fact, I've been pulling up fights, watching the UFC because this boxing thing, like I'm just sick of it. And the thing is, Dana White, he won't allow this shit to go on, right? Dana White, and they've had different things happen, different scandals, different, even with racism, and he'll shut that shit down in a heartbeat, So, good on Dana. Even during the lockdowns, they came up with Fight Island, so. Look, as much as you may not like Dana White, you got to respect that, okay? But marketing on boxing, amateur level compared to UFC. Grady, shout out Grady. People should grow up. I can't believe this is happening. You're right. And again, like Showtime, CBS, this cancel culture, this mob, they're pandering to a very small portion of the country. It's really weird. I don't understand because, I told you guys in my last video, in a recent poll, 74% of Americans said we're not comfortable being honest. Not racist, but honest. We're not comfortable being honest about what we feel, what we think. So people are walking around with a mask on their face, number one. Number two, it's kind of, if you think about it, that mask does represent a lot because you're literally silenced. Physically and emotionally and mentally, intellectually, you're silenced, right? You have the mask on. You can't even say what you think. You can't say, hey, I don't think what he said was that bad. Was it poorly worded? Yes. But should he have been fired? No. The only reason Paulie was fired was to appease the mob. Showtime didn't want that. They didn't want to deal with that. So basically, they sacrificed Paulie, plain and simple. And if you disagree, whatever, but that's a fact. Okay, Paulie just talks. This is a Trent. Shout out Trent. He's uneducated and doesn't cite historical references. Get a master's in American history, and then tell me there's no racism in this country. When did he say that? When did he say there's no racism in this country? I just showed you everything the man has said, right? When did he say that? That is not what he said. He said in that particular case, when the man was shot and killed, he believes it was due to corrupt police, not racism. Again, show me where Paulie said that. Where he said, racism doesn't exist or whatever. You can't. I mean, and let's say you did. Let's say you can produce one little piece of evidence where he said it 4 or 5 years ago. Okay, give him a warning, give him a pass. Whatever happened to redemption, forgiveness, correction, things like that? Why is everything cancel, cancel, cancel? Take your job, take your food, take your family. You're done, you're done, you're done. I mean, like I told you guys, it reminds me of that man, Hitler. That's what it reminds me of. He says Paulie clearly has some racist undertone. Maybe you see it that way, but I really don't. I think Paulie. Look, his family. They immigrated from Sicily, I believe, Italy. He grew up in Brooklyn. He was pretty much a hood kid. Those are his words. Okay, so he grew up in a neighborhood. Surrounded by every walk of life, and in a time where you could actually speak your mind. And again, that's not a dog whistle for being racist. He grew up in a time where, it just wasn't like 2020. Because guys, look, 2020. I mean, and I'll tell you, back in the day, I was somewhat of a Democrat. Now the Democratic Party, it's just turned into a communist party, right? I mean, it's like socialism. It's so far left now. You even have hardcore people on the left jumping ship. Look at Tim Pool, for example. I mean, I can give you a million. These big YouTubers that had millions of followers, have now, either they're in the middle or they're leaning right, because it's gone so far on the left. I mean, you can no longer be a part of that. I mean, look, guys, right now in Portland, take Portland for example. These kids, these 19, 20, 21 year kids, they're burning down buildings, okay? And then whining and crying that they're getting arrested. I don't understand it. I truly don't. I watched a video today, right? It was this Antifa was trying to burn down a building. They threw paint on this old lady. This elderly woman threw white paint all over her, right? Anyway, so they go to interview the guy. And they say, so what are you guys doing here? What are you protesting? He's like, if your dad's like a cop, just like punch him in the face and stuff. And I was like, wow. And he was like the spokesman for the group. He was the leader. And he was on national TV. He could have said, we're fighting against systemic racism. Black Lives Matter. No. This dude said, if your dad's like a cop, punch him in the face and stuff. As he's trying to light a box on fire to burn down a federal building, and then if you do anything, you're a racist, you're this, you're that. It's crazy, guys, what is going on. And I don't care if you're on the left, I don't care if you're on the right, you can't be on board with this crap, really. Anyway, let me read comments here. You can't ban politics in sports because sports is about people and people have political views. Well, yeah, actually you can. You can. Here's the thing. When I go see a football game, I want to see a football game. When I go see a basketball game, I want to see a basketball game. If I want to watch politics, I'll watch politics. I mean, look, we go to football games and basketball games to get away from all of that, right? So, and by the way, the NBA, they just had an all-time, the record-breaking, the lowest views in the history of the NBA. Why do you think that is? It's because get woke, go broke. I'll keep saying it. Get woke, go broke, right? I mean, that's the thing. And look, new perspective. I don't care if you want to kneel, whatever. It's fine. It personally doesn't really bother me. But I'm just saying, a lot of people in the country, they tune in to get away from all that. They want to watch a basketball game, a football game, a hockey game, whatever. If they want politics, turn on the news, and that's the thing, and I get it. But again, I mean, I'm all for their right to do what they want to do. It's fine. But I mean, me personally, I don't give a shit. I mean, I'll just go, whatever, walk out of the room and go back when they're playing. That's how I see it. Like, do what you do. But, everything has been politicized and, we need to, it's just, you have to have an escape from that. I mean, look, in our nation's history, sports has been a place where Americans can go to get away from all the bullshit, right? Okay, let me continue here. I've got hundreds, I think I have like 100 comments, I don't even know. Okay, but people watch sports to watch the contest, not listen to some sensitive snowflake talk about race and social. Exactly. I mean, I agree. Shout out Grandpa and Chucky. Okay, Pro Edition, I may have already read this. Paulie should have just stuck to doing his job and stick to boxing. Well, he did. Like I said, when I just went over everything he said, okay? When he was doing the IFL interview, that was more of a podcast style interview, right? Look, we live in a time now where people get on a podcast and they tell you their whole life story. So, look, context matters, right? Context matters. He was doing a podcast and they brought up Devin Haney. Now it's not like he got on Showtime, during a freaking pay-per-view event, or something like that. And, started, talking all this craziness, right? He was basically doing an IFL podcast, so, I took about you pops, don't watch them. Trent Payne, shout out. People have feelings and want to express their First Amendment right of freedom of speech. Yeah. You're like I said, like with what Devin Haney said, I have no problem with that. Whatever. I don't like it, but am I still going to watch them? Yeah, sure. Why not? I'm not a little crybaby, So that's how I look at it. I think Paulie knows it's sensitive times. He's definitely going to know now. Well, is he though? Because now he's going to be working at Sky Sports, making millions of dollars. Apparently, he had got a very lucrative deal over there, better than Showtime was paying him. And again, guys, I mean, I've been, reading the comments. I've read all the articles. Paulie has a lot of support right now because the country is fed up with this shit. They really are. The country has had enough of this crap, So let me fast forward a little bit. I don't even know what video. I wasn't even looking at the video you guys are watching. I'm reading my phone. I'm looking down. Hang on, guys. I'm going to get you guys a video to watch while I read your comments. But anyway, I do appreciate all you guys being here tonight. It is Showtime's loss. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I appreciate it. Look at what Muhammad Ali did to sports by speaking out. That's honestly how I feel is, like I said, I watch a football game because I want to watch a football game. So that's honestly how I feel about it. All right, guys. Hang on. I'm dropping my phone, guys. I'm trying to get you guys something to watch here. What about a little Canelo sparring or something? All right, let's see. Your videos. Hang on. I'm going through my videos to give you guys something to watch while I read your comments. So keep them coming, really. Guys, look, you got a problem with me? We can address it right now. There's a lot of people in my comment section, hundreds of people, talking all kinds of shit, which is fine. Whatever, it's your right. Again, I'm not mad at you. I didn't block you. But if you guys have an issue with me, drop it below. We'll work it out right now. We can talk about it right now. No problem. Let me get to the video. Hang on, guys. Trying to find you guys something to watch. Yeah, this ought to do here. Whatever. And then I'll read your comment. I'm a little stuffed up tonight, guys. I went live for like an hour on my other channel, and I'm a little bit hoarse. My nose, I can't breathe out of my nose. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way down, then I'll work my way up. Okay, shout out Combat Sports Fanatic. Dante's Bias Nation going in on Paulie. He made a lot of videos racing. Look, that guy, whenever they hijacked his, yes, Teofimo Lopez did bitch out. We'll get to that. Whenever they hijacked his channel, right, when they hacked Dante's box, I defended him, right? They did that whole Bitcoin scam. And, I kind of regret it now, to be honest, because I've seen some of the videos with him and Ego. And, go read their comment section. Oh, my God. I mean, it's truly disturbing. It's just all these, racist, anti-white it's like a cesspool. Like, if you want the worst of America, it can be found in their comment section. But yes, I mean, those guys have been making money off this racial division for a long time. Going back to Mayweather Pacquiao, you guys know that. I mean, they had videos. I even had videos with 500,000 views, and these guys do what they do for money, plain and simple. Every video I watch, Ego or Dante, it's, oh, give me this, give me that, give me your lunch money, give me PayPal, Venmo, it's a super chat, donate here, donate, buy this, buy that, 20 freaking commercials on a crappy ass video. I mean, but look, their days are numbered with Ego. Check this out. If you look at my views, compare my views to his views, I get about 60 to 70% of the viewership that he gets, and he has, what, 250,000 subs? I barely have 10,000. What does that tell you? You have a channel with 250,000 subs, and a little bitty, puny channel like mine is damn near keeping up with them in the race. If we're in a race and there's 10 guys, Ego's number 1, I'm number 2, number 3, number 4. I'm right there. I'm on his heels, So what does that tell you? This whole race baiting thing. And actually, I got into an argument with Ego. And I told him, I said, man, you're painting yourself into a corner. He is talented. He's got a good voice, a good platform, a good following. I was like, if you just drop that race shit, like, your channel could blow up, man. But he'll never do it. They'll never learn. They will never, and especially now, they're going to ride this whole Paulie thing forever. Like, they will never, let him live this down. But they won't mention one thing about Devin Haney or Bernard Hopkins or Mayweather, when he said things against Pacquiao and about Asian people. I could give you a whole list of things. Even Deontay Wilder has said some, things that I consider racist, so whatever. Like I said, I'm not a little snowflake, not going to go there. All right. Paulie is probably the one calling, main reason I remember when he was calling Ward's low blows against Kovalev. Yes, I do. Absolutely. I've seen no anti-white comments on Ego. Well, you know why? Well, first of all, we can go look at them right now if you want. One of the main reasons is because a lot of people were complaining, and I know he deleted a bunch of them. He had a racist comment pinned to the top, something about cracker, white boy this, white boy that. He pinned it to the top of his comment section, and then when I went and checked 2 days later, it was gone. So he knows he was getting in trouble, or he was going to get in trouble, and he went through and cleaned it up. But whatever. If you want, here's what I'll do. Who made that comment? Who made that comment about ego? Hang on, let me get back. Who said that? I got so many comments coming in, guys. I can't keep up with them. Anyway, whoever said that, I'll put a clip in my next video with screenshots of his comment section. I can't go there now because I'm live and I'll get a copyright. I would simply go there right now and show you live what I'm talking about. But it's fine. Whatever. Okay, I'll prove it. The race war needs to end. Coming from a Hispanic background, we have dealt with a lot of bull. Yes, you're out, Mr. Wizard, my man. You're absolutely correct. And that's how look. If I could snap my fingers and make anything happen, it's for all this nonsense to stop and to go away. Look, it's not doing the country any good. It's not doing any of us any good. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of dealing with it. I want to get back to boxing, right? I want to talk Gennady Golovkin, Canelo. The people's champ, Triple G, okay? And how Canelo should follow that example, right? The example of Gennady Golovkin. I want to get back to that, facts, real boxing talk. Anyway, okay, let's see. Paul, okay. All right, Lomachenko, lowballed low. Man, come on now. Lomachenko lowballed Lopez. Do you know Lomachenko just gave up a part of his purse in order because Lopez said, he's refusing to fight unless he gets more money. Now Loma's getting what, 3.2 million. He said, okay, I'll give you some of my money, Lopez. And Lopez getting a career high payday, 1.5 million at a time with no audience, no sponsors. There's no food, no merchandise, no nothing. They're offering him 1.5 million, doubling his net worth in one night. So no. Come on now, bro. Who said that? Who said that? You about to get roasted. Who said that? Lomachenko lowballed Lopez. Okay, so first of all, number one, how is it a lowball when you're getting a career high payday? Number one. Number two, Loma's willing to shave some of that 3.2 million off his purse and give it to Lopez. Now they're talking about Loma giving him upwards of $500,000. Now Lopez is going to be over $2 million. So Loma 3 million, Lopez 2 million is what I've heard. Okay, at a minimum, he's walking out with 1.5. Again, a career high payday. Lomachenko, 3-4 fights ago, right? He was barely breaking 1.5 million. The pound for pound champ in championship fights, moving up divisions, breaking records, right? One of the fastest fighters to win, 3 divisions in history. I mean, making history, pound for pound, selling out arenas, doing everything Loma did, becoming a household name, basically not long ago, about 3 years ago, was making less than Lopez. Lopez has 15 fights. Who has he fought? Comey? I mean, Comey, come on. Guy, Comey. Now, think about this. Let's talk. People say, oh, he has a belt. Well, where did he get the belt? He got the belt from Comey. Where did Comey get the belt? He got it from Beltran. Beltran had 8 losses when he fought Comey. 8. He was a bum. He's washed up, retired, old, done. He's a tomato can, right? A cupcake. 8 freaking losses, right? Comey fights Beltran. Comey wins, and then Lopez beats Comey. Now, you look at Comey's last 4 or 5 opponents, and they had 10 losses combined. Look, I know my boxing, dude. You better not come at me with that bullshit. Okay, you're still talking about race baiting and names, meaningless shit. Racism needs to be addressed on the mainstream platform. No, I don't agree, Trent. Okay, it does, but it doesn't need to be everything, everywhere, all the time. And it doesn't need to be blown out of proportion. It doesn't need to be used as a political weapon, right? And that's exactly what's going on. So whatever, you know what? Hey, he has been talking a gang of shit about Loma. Well, again, You guys, YouTube is blocking a lot of your comments. Just so you know, New Perspective, or who was that? Trent. YouTube blocked your comment. Okay. Norman Lewis. YouTube blocked your comment. It says he has been talking a gang of shit because you cussed. Look, I'm gonna hit show. Boom. You guys see that? How it'll show up now? If you guys cuss, I'm just telling you, it's a new thing YouTube is doing. They're going to block your comments. Okay, just so you guys know. Like, we're children, right? We're children. Mommy and daddy said don't cuss on YouTube. Although, you know, my video that I'm on now is for 18 and up only, meaning adult. You are a legal adult if you're watching my channel right now. Because on my settings, I have to put it for 18 and up. You know, and that it's not made for kids, you know, because I don't want things like this to happen. I don't want grown men to have to say poop instead of shit. Like, if you want to say he's talking shit, you shouldn't have to, you know, again, we're grown men. Somebody's texting me. Lopez should take the fight. If he wins, then he can call the shot. Exactly. Norman Lewis, shout out, my friend. You're 100% right. And again, you look at his record, 15 fights. In fact, I'll pull it up right now. He has fought absolutely nobody. I mean, he should want to get in the ring with Loma because it's the opportunity of a lifetime. You can get in there and change boxing history in one night. You know, and look, Lopez, look, I'm not sleeping on him. He's a dangerous dude, okay? I'm not sleeping on Lopez, but I am saying, you know, he's got a weak resume, right? Hang on, Lopez. All right, guys, let me see if you can... Man, I cannot breathe out of my nose tonight. I'm in Texas, and we have very bad humidity and allergies right now. Okay, let's see this right here, guys. Look at this, 15-0. Now, show me, tell me, who has he fought? Who has he fought? Hang on, let me go up. Let me go back. All right, here we go. Boom. Like I mentioned earlier, you look at Richard Comey, right? That was at IBF, the World Light title, okay? Now, before that, there's no one. Was it Menard, I believe, somewhere down here? Where'd it go? Who did he fight? Yeah, Mason Menard, there you go. Was the only other name that was somewhat recognizable on his entire resume. And again, guys, you look at his last, you know, 4 or 5 fights. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 losses combined. He's fighting a bunch of bums. Now, okay, so he got the belt from Richard Comey. Well, let's have a look at Richard Comey real quick. Okay? 29-3. Now, where did he get that belt from? Richard Comey got that belt from, or did he get it from Beltran? Hang on, guys. Let me go down. I want to make sure I get this shit right. Yeah, lost to Robert Easter, right? Took 2 L's. Okay, then he got it right here against Beltran. But when Comey got the belt from Beltran, look at his resume. 9 losses. Come on, guys. Well, 8 at the time. Now it's 9 because Comey beat him. But do you see what I'm saying? People say, "Oh, he's got a belt. He's a champion." No, he was given that's like saying Charlo is a WBC champion because Canelo became the franchise champion, and you know now he's basically gifted a belt. Okay, I mean this is the same thing as being handed a belt when you get it from, you know, and no disrespect to Ray Beltran, you know, hell of a fighter, right? I used to love watching Beltran fight, you know, so I don't mean anything negative towards him. All right, whatever he takes, it doesn't matter. Take your career to the next level. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Man, you know, look at what Gennady Golovkin went through, right? Look at what Triple G went through to get to where he's at. You know, going back to his original promoter, going through the Olympics, the amateurs, all of that. I mean, look what he went through. You know, taking, you know, crappy paydays. You know, willing or wanting to get in the ring with anybody. You know, now it's paid off. Yeah, I don't feel bad for him now. I mean, dude got $100 million. And, you know, in my opinion, okay, sorry, Gennady Golovkin fans, but he's yet to produce a good fight. And we're about to look at his record, too, real quick. Now, you guys got me on a roll now. I'm about to piss Wizard off. Watch this. It's about to go from 15 to 14 people watching. Anytime I talk about Golovkin, people get mad. Look, I love Gennady Golovkin. When he was in Germany, yes. You know, who the hell is texting me? Felix Strum. Basically, they sidelined Gennady Golovkin because, you know, they wanted to make his stablemate a star. is what happened. Okay, without, going through the whole breakdown. So he finally got away from that, met up with Abel Sanchez, met up with Tom Loeffler, K2 Promotions, and next thing you know, boom, he's on top of the world. On top of the world. But what I don't like, is the whole Sergey Darby-Checo thing. And the Zermeta thing. What happened in that fight? Here we go, guys. Triple G. Okay. Let's have a little look here. Let's have a little look, shall we? Shall we? Oh, man. In that Darby-Checo fight, at first, if you guys remember, I put out a video, and I felt that he lost. I did. But in all fairness, I didn't really watch it. I was on Facebook, I was on Twitter, I was on YouTube, I was making videos, and I was disappointed because I wanted to see a knockout. He should have knocked him out, Look, Sergey Darby-Checo is an overrated fighter, okay? And people to say, no, he's that good. He's that good. That's why he gave Golovkin a hard time. No, it's not true. It's Jonathan Banks. Jonathan Banks sucks, okay? Let's be real. Abel Sanchez was, look, Golovkin needs Abel Sanchez, right? Abel knows how to bring out the best in Gennady Golovkin. But right here, Steve Rolls, okay, Canelo Alvarez, Vanez Martirosyan, right? And now, we got the Zermeta fight, but I think, look, this might be a blessing in disguise, guys, because with everything going on in the world, maybe that mandatory gets pushed to the side. Now, wouldn't that be nice, right? And Canelo, don't think you're getting a pass tonight, Canelo. You're not getting a pass. What the hell is he doing? Now you got Oscar De La Hoya talking about fighting Canelo? Like, what? Right? I mean, they went through Willie Monroe Jr., Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Rematch. They even entertained the idea of a Kovalev. Now, I heard Demetrius Andre, cool. Okay, that'd be nice, whatever. Billy Joe Saunders, he can't keep his mouth shut long enough, talking about beating up his wife and whatever the hell he talks about on Twitter. He dug his own grave, right? So who is Canelo going to fight? That's my question. Like I said, now they're talking about Oscar De La Hoya versus Canelo Alvarez. What? Like, come on now. 53-1-2. Canelo. Tainted Tacos. Beat the prime, right? The prime young spring chicken Kovalev. Look, guys, damn it, it's blurry. Why is my freaking tablet blurry? Look, that Amir Khan fight, let me just talk about this for a minute. James Kirkland, I was ringside for that fight, actually. Angulo, Irizarry Lara, I believe Irizarry Lara beat him. That Canelo, that 155-pound catchweight, like, why does Canelo get a pass? Austin Trout, I felt it should have been at least a draw. So when you look at his resume, Amir Khan, look, they should have banned that. They should have blocked that fight from happening. That fight should have never happened. Amir Khan has never been the same, since that fight. Even when he fought, I believe, Crawford. Liam Smith. And guys, I was going to go to that fight, but I didn't. I should have went because it was in Dallas. I could have easily covered that damn fight. Okay, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Like, what? Really? Come on. And now, Golden Boy should fight Charlo. Yes, Gabriel Garcia. Hello, my friend. Absolute. Now, look, that would be epic, but what is the issue? Charlo's on Showtime. Charlo's PBC, right? And they're not big enough. Canelo's big enough to carry the fight, to make it a crossover fight, kind of like Pacquiao Mayweather. I'm not saying it's that big, but I'm saying when you're crossing networks from Showtime to with another network, DAZN, right? I'm sure they can make it happen. I don't see why not. And then we got Spence. Like, what is up with Spence, too? By the way, let me pull up Spence real quick. He's not, guys, I'm worried about him. I'm really worried about Spence. He is not looking good. I'm like legit worried about him, for real. There was like a picture of him like with a gun, and his hair was all crazy, and he had this crazy look in his eyes, and, I don't know. I think that car wreck, hurt him more than we know, right? Here, let me pull up BoxRec, because we got a good fight coming here too. And I think I showed you guys, well, if you've been to the boxing Facebook group the upcoming fight. There's a lot of great fights, coming up too. By the way, a lot of great fights coming up. Okay, Spence right here. Let's see. 11/2020. Here we go, guys. What you think about that? Sadly, seems like he's dealing with PTSD. Yeah, I agree. I saw a video of him jogging. Spence looks okay. I hope he does, man. I've met Spence. He's from Dallas. I'm gonna be in Dallas in November. I'm gonna try to get an interview with him. I've met him multiple times. Spence is a cool dude. He's a real like down to earth dude. Very cool. He's your typical Texas boy like me. Southern Texas boy, right? He's a cool ass dude for real. He's not arrogant. He doesn't have a big head. None of that. When you meet him in person, he's very cool. So and he's a little shy, a little bit reserved, kind of quiet. But yeah, anyway, I do. I hope he's okay. I really do. But fighting Danny Garcia. Now, let me tell you, if there's one person on this planet I dislike more than Canelo, it's Danny Garcia. Like, for real. I mean, look, that Rod Salka fight, I will never forget. I will never forgive him for that. Again, what is up with the commission? Kind of like this, remember this woman that got knocked out in boxing? What was it, about 2 weeks ago? And look, they roasted that commission. They were like, nah, it shouldn't have happened. Now, yeah, she had like 6 wins or whatever, but she was fighting literally nobodies. Got in there and look, could have got killed, okay? I mean, that was dangerous what they did. Look at that Stevenson fight. Stevens, I mean. Boom. Boom. Bam. Man, look, to get hit by Gennady Golovkin, that shit hurt. Them Grant gloves, I don't know if you guys ever boxed, but Grant's, man, they hurt. It's like this hard foam. Like Venom gloves, they're more like feather filling, like cotton filling, like a pillow. But Grant gloves, like Golovkin uses, man, those things hurt. It's like this hard foam. Remember like a gym mat you would lay on in high school? Those blue mats like in the gym class? It's that hard foam like that. He says, I have Rod Salka. I do too. Yeah, I talked to Rod Salka. And Stephen Upshur is a good friend of mine too. Also, Diaz, that fought Pacquiao. I talked to him a lot on Facebook in private messenger and all that. I talked to a lot of boxers on Facebook. Oh, sorry, guys. I cannot breathe through my nose. Anyway, let me get to your comments here, and then I'm going to hop off here. But, damn, it's already been... But hey, you guys notice, though, it actually worked tonight. I can go live now. Oh, let me show you guys something. Let me show you my boxing room real quick. Hang on, guys. Don't go anywhere. I'm working on my new little studio here. I think you guys have probably seen it before. Click on the light. But anyway, so what I'm going to do... Bam! It's a boogeyman. We got a little Muhammad Ali. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of that table. And in that corner back there, there's going to be like lighting in the back, right? And I'm going to have a desk going across, like diagonal. And that's going to be, and the camera is going to be mounted right there. Kind of like that. But a better picture, not with, so shaky. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to start going, live in front of the camera pretty soon. Should we interview Canelo, guys? Hey, Canelo, any comments on the Amir Khan? I'm joking, whatever. But yeah, guys, let me read some of these comments here. Thanks, bro. Appreciate what you do on all your channels. You're very welcome, Jerry. Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, Spence Garcia, Charlo, yeah, now look, Charlo, Darby, and Checo, I like that fight. Why? Because I don't think Charlo's, up there with the elites like a Canelo, like a Golovkin. He's getting there. He's getting close. But look, I saw Charlo fight Adams. And I'm talking, I know we can talk about, both brothers. But anyway, that fight, he was getting hit. Kind of like Jaime Munguia. I was ringside for Jaime Munguia, and I'll tell you what, that dude took some shots, man. He was getting hit way too much. Like, I mean, it was clean. I was about 7-8 rows back on press row, and I could feel, it was a thudding shot that I could feel, but yeah, I mean, that's why, Darby and Checo, Charlo, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not impressed. And even when Charlo fought Adams, by the way, Freddie Roach was there. That was the coolest part of the night, that I got to hang out with Freddie Roach. But the crowd was booing. Like, it was a decision. They were booing. He was getting hit way too much. And, just not a good night for Charlo. I like Canelo, but man, last fights were weak. Kovalev took a dive as well. Yes, look, guys, if you don't think that fight was rigged, I mean, I told you guys that. Well, you know what? I'll say it. So the guy, how can I say this? Should I say it? Yeah, I'll say it. Well, no, man. Let me just say there's a guy that's friends with Canelo that I'm friends with, and I was told it was going to be rigged. And I was told even what round he was going to go down, or around the round, about what round. And boom, it happened. I mean, think about Kovalev. He's all slumped over on the ropes. You know, you got Canelo over here. It looked fake. It looked like a bad, like bad acting, like a high school play. You know? And then what was up with Canelo doing nothing? You know, he wasn't throwing any punches, not throwing any combinations, not doing shit. And then boom, drops him with a big right hand. I don't know. It just didn't seem real to me. It's his cokehead dad who has ruined his image. Dude can't help himself. Who are we talking about? Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. or are we talking about? Are we talking about which cokehead, dude? Look, you have to specify in boxing when you start throwing cokeheads around. We talking about Oscar? Who are we talking about here? Right? So, oh shit, almost fell down. Son of a bitch. Okay, let me read these comments here. You guys hear my dog drinking water? Okay, thanks, bro. Okay, Coca Dad. Yeah, Rod Salka, Mike Tyson. So, what do you guys think? Just let me end it here because I meant to talk about this tonight. Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. Right? Yes. Anyway, yeah, that's who I'm talking. Well, the other one. There's two of them. The famous one and the one that Charlo fought. But yes, it was an ugly. Or who is that? Damn it, who is that? Was Oh my God, guys, it is late. Jaime Mungaya. Jaime Mungaya. It's late, guys. Very late for me. I'm tired. But let me read a few more comments before I hop off here. Have Canelo go up to fight Benavidez. That would be great. Benavidez left top rank also, by the way. So right now, kind of like a Mikey Garcia, you know, he left top rank. And you know, Terrence Crawford, you know, I've heard he's not very happy with top rank, you know. So who's that lead? Lomachenko, right? And you would think, I mean, I will say 3.5 for Loma. That does seem awfully low when you look at the Zone dishing out 20 million a fight, you know, for their establishment fighter, you know, their star, you know, Canelo or Lomachenko, you know, getting just, I don't know, small potatoes compared to these other guys. You know, and that's one thing I'll say about Showtime, PBC, whatever. They pay their fighters well. I mean, that's about what Charlo makes, you know. So, you know, both brothers, Jermell and Jamal, they both make, you know, in excess of $2 and $3 million per fight, you know, after sponsorships and gate sales and all that pay-per-view or, you know, whatever, networks, all that. You guys have to realize how much money is made in boxing. People think you know, you get a purse and that's it. No, you get a ton of stuff. I mean, just these sponsorships alone will bring you in another, you know, several 100,000, you know, just depends, you know. So let's see, talk about Inoue, Danny Garcia. Here's a link to an article that actually mentions the racist denying comments from Paulie. Whatever, dude. I don't care. You know, let me be honest, man. I don't care anymore. You know, I just, you know, I'm not going to talk about it anymore on the channel. I'm not going to feed into it. I'm not going to fan the flames. I'm done. I don't care anymore. Whatever. You know, like I said, Paulie's going to go to Sky Sports. He'll make his millions, and all you guys are going to keep bitching on YouTube and Twitter. So, you know, who's the real loser? That's all I can say. Get over it. You're Picasso with those paintings. Thank you, bro. Appreciate what you do. Okay, I think I got them all here. Why not Mike and Roy? I got Mike early, mid-round. Look, I think Mike Tyson is going to hurt Roy Jones Jr. Look, I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm a little bit afraid for Roy Jones, like for real, for real. You know, I'm looking at his knees. I'm looking at his training, the way he's throwing his hooks. I mean, all that, you know, he's not looking good. Now, Mike Tyson, like that dude must own a time machine. Like all those millions that disappeared, I think Mike Tyson actually bought a time machine, right? Like what happened to Tyson's $100 million? I'm pretty sure he bought a freaking time machine because he's, what is he, 51, 54? Or let's see, Roy Jones, 51, I think he's 54. Whatever. He's in his 50s and it's crazy. Like they showed this side-by-side picture and he looked like a prime Tyson. The only thing that was different was a gray beard, you know. But here's the thing: Now, how many times have we seen misleading training footage, right? How many times have you been hyped up, hyped as shit for a fight, right? And then they get in there and look nothing like that. Take the Pacquiao fight, Pacquiao Mayweather. Pacquiao looked amazing in that training footage, but look what happened in the fight. So what I'm getting at, guys, don't let all this hype fool you. Where you see Tyson, just annihilating a heavy bag, looking like he's in his prime. He can look good for 10 seconds, but we'll see, we'll see. But again, I think my prediction, I got fourth, fifth round TKO is my prediction. Denial of racism is racist. I mean, dude, I just don't get it. I mean, what is your name? HPDJ. So that is the argument, right? If I don't admit I'm a racist, I'm a racist. If I say no, I'm not a racist, or I don't believe something is racist, and I'm labeled a whatever. You guys know the story of the boy who cried wolf too many times. That's what's going on in our country. You guys, you're playing this card way too hard. And it's losing its appeal. It's losing its effect. It's losing the meaning. If you truly care about it, then just stop labeling everything racist. I mean, you can't even talk a little boxing. Look, I mean, who's talking? Look, we've been talking for half an hour about Golovkin, Canelo, Tyson, everybody, and here comes these guys. We're racist. You're a racist. 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 It's like, do you not have a girlfriend? I mean, I can hook you up with somebody, bro, for real. Like, come on. Okay. What fight are you? Let's see. What fight are you looking forward to the most? Lopez Loma, to be honest, and really, I would like to see. Look, I like. Here's the thing, I don't like Canelo, right? But a Canelo fight is a lot of fun. I've been to many of them. I would love to go cover another Canelo fight because I'll tell you, as a media member, one of the funnest, most fun, whatever, how do you say that? Whatever, the funnest fight in the world is a Canelo fight. I mean, those fans go crazy, right? I love covering Canelo fights. I mean, those people show up. So I'd love to do that, but of course, I want to see Lopez Loma, and also in the heavyweight division, I want to see what happens with Anthony Joshua next. After that whole Andy Ruiz situation, I want to see. Deontay Wilder, same thing. What's Tyson Fury going to do? I want to see. You got those three: AJ, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. I want to see that. Crawford, I'm excited to see what he has coming up. There's a ton of good fights right now, but again, this whole no audience thing, I can't get on board with it. I just, I mean, let's say the Golovkin Canelo trilogy was coming up, next weekend. Honestly, I wouldn't be that excited. I really wouldn't, because it's, to me, boxing, it's about the atmosphere, the crowd, the energy, all of that, right? I was watching Loma Linares the other night. I went back and watched Loma Linares, and it was awesome. The crowd was going crazy, and then I love watching like Carl Frampton fights, in the UK. Now those UK fans, man, those UK fans, they know how to support their fighter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're singing songs. It's just great. So I truly miss boxing. I really do. What about? Hang on, let me pick this camera up here. Okay, cheers. Martin, hello, Martin, cheers. Loma for sure. Trent, white silence is complicity. Yeah, agree. What fight are you looking forward to the most? Snowflakes. It's not about people's feelings. Go dye your hair green and go protest. Agreed. But first you have to get like gas money from your grandmother. All right, guys, I want to go to a boxing fight. Me and you both pro education. All right, guys, you have a great night.